Hello everyone, greetings on my channel, really welcome. Today I would like to talk with you about the current situation in Russia, about moods of Russian people, about their source, their ideas, and why do they keep silence in all this situation. First of all, I would like you to subscribe on my channel, to give me thumbs up. In this hard time, it would be really great support for me and for my work. So let's start from the point that Russian society is now divided on two categories: on people who are supporting the official idea, the official line of the president or of the TV channels, and also they watch TV channels mostly. Of course, they're not all people understand what's going on Ukraine, why there is a war. People, I explained that there are a lot of Nazis, there are a lot of very bad people who were killing kids and people in Donbass. And for 8 years, there was such a catastrophe on Donbass. That's why Russian militaries, they go to Ukraine to save Russians. Of course, for me, it's not a reason, because it's a separate country with separate problems. We haven't solved our own problems. Our roads are very bad. I had a very short movie where I was shown how now roads are made in Russia. They're not make a reconstruction of the roads. They just put a piece of a new road on this old road, and that's all. Like when you use plastiline, you can just put a piece on the top of the road. We have a lot of problems. We have great inflation. Well, the rate of prices had grown up. Our president tells about 11%, but we have much more, about 30, I think. Prices are boosting up. It's a great problem. So, but we think lots of people, especially who works for governmental organizations, who work for current local organizations which are connected to government, which are connected to our country, and also it's relates to schools, to hospitals. They're all very patriotic. I've been to school. My daughter was studying at Russian school, but I hope to solve this problem in the nearest time. There was a representative of administracy for minor classes, for the first, second, third, and fourth classes. She told, "Oh, look, we have a tradition of military parade, which are made by kids from the second to fourth class. And this march parade is very patriotic. It's for support of our army, of our 9th of May, the day of victory in the Second World War in Russia." I was in a shock. Really, it was so. This woman was so motivated. She was exhilarated, and so on and so forth. I think, wow, I'm just in a separate, another world. I haven't seen such motivated and patriotic person. It was a shock for me. Also, people who are against of what's going on here, they are keeping silence because they can be socially illustrated. They can be recognized as foreign agents foreign agent in Russia is like person who are against of Russian Federation in general. Propaganda in Russia doesn't divide Russian government and Russian people. They unite them. But nowadays, I think we should understand that Russian government is not the same as Russian people. Of course, the majority of Russian people supports the government. It's a very bad situation when you cannot talk with these people. They are just blind. They don't hear you. They just keep talking. The Putin is very right. But another part of population who are seeing what's going on with the prices, who understand what's going on Ukraine, where the people are dying here. Kids, women, men, civilians. They keep silence because first of all, they cannot do anything with this. Unfortunately, if they would go for any picket or for any if they would express their ideas, they would get fined. First time they would get fined, the second time they would be imprisoned for from 10 to 15 years, it depends, or maybe 20 years, if depending on which kind of statement they would have, and it's very, very bad. Propaganda tells us that we should hate America again and again, as it was during the Cold War between Soviet Union and the United States. I'm afraid that the times of Cold War, the times of Great Terror, 90s, 30s in Russia are coming back again, because now if you get the status of foreign agent, like a person who works for foreign government, foreign company, etc., etc., these people are now allies for Russia. They are just enemies for usual people, and we cannot say we don't need to listen to them. We shouldn't listen to them. We shouldn't follow their ideas. The government thinks that we would avoid these people, their ideas. But for the majority of well-loving and intelligent people who understands what's going on, this is kind of yes, that person, he has a status of foreign agent. I should listen him more carefully. I should watch his videos, and it works outside, and it's very funny. But I'm afraid that in a year or 2 years there would be social punishments. Like in 1930s, when, for example, that person, he was a member of the family of state's enemy, so you should avoid him. They didn't get a good job, they didn't get education, and so on and so forth, and that's very bad. I'm afraid that in Russia such times could come back, because the country is closing and there is no any other tendencies. We're just telling that the United States is our first enemy, and that the Ukraine is under control of the United States, and everything is very bad. And for 30 years there was like biological laboratories which were working on memories of people, that these laboratories were deleting people's memories. I don't know, lots of miserable ideas I hear from our Duma, from politicians, a lot of a lot of I don't know how to tell this in Russia. In English, in Russia it would be бред. In American it's a bullshit, rave, something like this. I think that if such statements would be told by American or European politician, he would be, I don't know, getting away from the politicians because it's nonsense. But we live in this nonsense. A lot of people watch TV and they get all their ideas from the government and they believe the government because government tells us again and again the same and the same. And sometimes I feel uncomfortable in the public transport and so on, just to listen something in English or to watch people who are talking about situation in Ukraine or situation in Russia. I just cannot get a word of the feeling that somebody can tell that, oh, she is watching this film, let's go to police. It would happen. I think it would be possible in the nearest time. For now, it's not so bad, but in the future, I think it could be. And another problem is that our kids, Russian kids, they would be told about Russian view of the current situation. But as for schools, as for patriotic idea for schools, I would like to talk in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.